The vibes is always positive here on your favorite channel as you remain your host, Princess McAfee for the Youth Circle. Welcome, lovely viewers, to another amazing episode. Today, I am with two gentlemen, but before I present them to you, remember to keep following the Youth Circle playlist on YouTube, keep sharing, liking, commenting. Making good decisions is essential for leading a fulfilling life. Whether it's personal, professional, or social content, our choices shape our future. Our topic of the day is the impact of good decision making. I'm today with Mr. Rafiu Lasisi and Mr. Prince Mali. I'll allow them, give them the floor to present themselves. Mr. Rafiu, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
For viewers at home, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Princess. I am Abdul Rafiu Lasisi. I'm a consultant and I am the general director of the Polyglot Center. It's a center that trains a lot of people in foreign languages, and I also the Secretary General of the Global Alumni Association of Togo. I'll stop there.
Yeah, I have a great man with me, Prince Mali.
Yeah, thanks very much for this opportunity granted to me. I'm Prince Mali. I'm a professional English trainer, a writer, and a jurist as well. Thanks very much for inviting me once again.
I'm today with great men. Can you see that? Yeah, I have Mr. Rafiu, that is a great man, and Mr. Prince Mali, amazing man. So this will take me to my first question about the topic of today, to know what does it mean to make a good decision. Mr. Rafiu, start with you.
Okay. Some people say that to make a good decision is when they have their own interest at stake and then they fulfill it. They have satisfaction. Some may say that it's when they serve others, their family or their employees or, everybody that is outside themselves, and say that when they do that, they satisfy them, then they are happy, then this is a good decision. I personally think that whether it's personal or not, a good decision is that one that has impact. It's that one that reflects your own values, that respects or is in your standards, that after when you make it you not regret anything. Okay, that also implies that you are satisfied at the end. Okay, so if that doesn't have any impact, I think that is not a good one.
Okay, Prince.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive topic. According to me, making a good decision is first of all using and prioritizing the ideas, the facts, or the opinions that align with your personal goals, your ambitions. For instance, if you want to launch a company, you need to save money first of all in order to measure the pros and the cons of what you're about to do. So for me, it's about prioritizing what is very essential for you.
For you, okay.
Yeah.
How can gathering information help you make a good decision? I'll go with Prince.
Okay, thank you. Gathering information, first of all, help you to gather facts, ideas, opinions that help you to remain focused, because the amount of information you gather is what will determine the output or the outcome of what you're going to do. First of all, when you gather sensitive information, because you need to know that we have fake news, fake information, the information that does not carry power or positive impact or energy. So you need to go for the right information. And when you gather the right information, it will be very easy for you to achieve your goals. Okay, that information have to be made on a daily basis. Okay, you don't have to just make a decision when you feel like making a decision. It has to be a daily decision, and the amount of these decisions you are making is what will determine your outcome.
Your outcome.
Yeah.
So you have to work on it very well.
Work on it very well, and go for the right information.
Come out with.
Yes, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, I am very happy that he says that it's very important to gather information, and he touches a point that is also to say that we have fake information, fake news. So you have to pay attention, especially in this world that is full of internet technology, new technologies of information, and then you have to truly pay attention to what information to take. And he also says the right one.
The right one.
Okay, it's not just to take info for the sake of taking and gathering them. No, and if you happen to have the necessary information that you need, then you can come to the other point, that is to analyze. Okay, then you analyze it, then you have the pros and the cons to see really what the benefits will be or what the drawbacks are. Okay, and it's after that that you can try to make your decision, but the good one.
Okay. So, what are some ways to evaluate your pros and your cons for your options, the option you want to maybe go for?
First, I think that you have to define your goal. Okay, if you define the goal, then you can try to brainstorm and know where to find the information that you need. Okay, so you define it and then you brainstorm, and then you can from there try to have a list of pros and cons. Okay, and you not stop there. You have the list, fine, and you have the pros and the cons, but you don't stop there. You now try to take every item. If you take the first list, that is probably the list of the pros, you take every item there, you analyze to see what the drawback can be over there, even the cons. Okay, it's not because it's just the benefit that you have there, then it doesn't have any drawback. Then you take every list like that and you try to see. And if you go to the second list, that is the list of the cons, you try to analyze again and then you compare.
Okay.
When you compare, you can get after time for yourself to reflect, to really ponder over what the right decision can be for you, and then it's right after that you can make the good decision.
Sure. Good. Prince.
Yeah, personally, I do think that before evaluating the pros and the cons of your decision, as you mentioned, you need to be very calculative. You need to have a list. Okay, make a list, jot down the pros and the cons, and especially, I also think that you need to go to look for the information before the right people, because there are people in every field. There are people who knows what you don't know. They know what you don't know. They are aware of the pros and the cons, and when you read their books or you message them, you have the possibility to test them, to call them. They can give you the proper informations. Okay, it's very important. Also, if you are a young man, for instance, you are going to work for a company, you need to read the contract before starting working, because you might be confronted with many issues, a lot of problems, because it happened that after choosing a career or a job, you started suffering. And it is very important to read about the rules or the regulations within that company. It helps you to prevent, to be aware of the pros and the cons, and to be very helpful. Yeah.
Okay. So they always say that it's very important to consider your potential risk when it's come to taking a good decision. So how is that important for you to consider your potential risk when it's come to taking a good decision or making something great?
Yeah, it is, and I think that the word SWOT can, show you how important risks is or are. Then you have the strength, you have the weakness, and there we can talk of the risks. Okay, and then you have the opportunity and the time. So if you take SWOT, that tells you that you have to consider the weaknesses of your project or whatever action you have to take. It means that it's really serious to ponder over, the definition of the risks that you have. Because if you don't try to know the risks, you will just start and stop in the middle of the process when trying to implement it. So it's really important to know it. But that should not prevent you from moving on, okay? And one thing is also sure, you can have all the aspects of the risks that are there. at least have an idea of it, okay, and you can start the process of implementing your
Some people may
project.
say they'll start and then maybe they'll evaluate the risk on their way to the to achieving the.
Not a good start, I think. You at least have to calculate,
Calculate everything.
yeah,
before you
the
start.
probable, risks that are there. Otherwise, when you start, you might see that the risks are heavy,
Yeah.
and time for you to gather means to overcome, the situations that are there that may be, a serious thing that can even hinder your mind and the determination that you have to move on
Yeah.
can be affected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah,
what's
knowing
your
about
opinion?
the risk is very, very critical. It's a very critical point because one of the worst things that can ever happen to you is bad memories.
Sure.
After 5 years, after 10 years, you see, remembering the worst decision you were making is what is very painful. Not the real action or what you experience, but the memories. So we need to be careful and meticulous about the choices we are making right now because it always have the consequences. It's like karma. It's like karma, and the decision you are taking today has a tremendous impact in your life, in your family, in whatever thing you are doing in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. So it's very important to be very calculative, very meticulous, and to, for instance, me before venturing into a new project, for instance, I take time to read at least 10 to 20 books before I gather sensitive information from people who are very experienced, who are very knowledgeable. They spent 20 years, 30 years in that field. So I have to gather information. It's like when you read them, you receive, you experience something. Okay, you experience 20 years. Okay, that's very. I used to tell my people, my students, go for information. For instance, you want to venture into a marriage. For instance, there are people who spent 30 years, 50 years in a marriage, and they wrote books on how marriage should work. So you need to go for information, read their books in order to be in acquaintance with their information. It will be very helpful. We want to launch a company. The same applies in every field. Yeah.
So let's talk about taking a big decision.
Yeah.
Let's take the example that I'm about to take a big decision
Yeah.
right now about my life. Maybe let's say I'm about to get married.
Yeah.
That's a big decision I'm making, like
That's it.
going into marriage. So how is it helpful for me to take my time? Like people may tell me that you have to take my time, think about it, because marriage is not something that you wake up one day and start doing. So I have to take my time, think about what I really want to do
Yeah.
before I go into it. So how helpful will it be to me to take my time before entering in that big decision, like that big point in my life?
Before answering this, I want to come back to the necessity to go
Yeah.
to experts.
Expert.
It's true, and it's also essential to do
Yeah.
that, of
Yeah.
course. But I think that at the end of the day, you are alone facing your challenges, and the challenges that you have are not universal.
Universal.
Though you can have some elements that are common to many people, it's only you, okay? So, yes, it's important, but you have to come and think. That's why when I was giving you the process to say that after all the analysis, you have to take time
Yeah.
to think about how relevant,
Yeah.
okay, the decision
The
that you are
decision.
going to make is. Otherwise, you'll just take the advice of many people, but that will not just fit in your personal, person, or let me say it that way, okay? That's why I say that before you make a good decision, a good one, that has to reflect your values. If I take your advice without knowing that it's because you experienced, different things, and
Yeah.
then I just copy and paste, I'll have problems. It's not that your advice does not work. It's just that I did not adapt it to my point.
It's
So,
like
yeah.
taking ChatGPT and asking him
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It will give you the answer. Going through it, just put it there
Yeah.
because you have the answer. You don't have to think a lot about it. People do that a lot.
Yeah.
They go to ChatGPT, ask a question, and they just copy there
And paste.
without reading it,
Yeah.
taking things that are not supposed to be there out before using it.
Exactly. Now to come to the question that is about time, he touched it a little bit when he said that takes time to read books,
Yeah.
which is fine. Okay. There too, he explained that he is in contact with the experiences of others. That is also fine. That means that you need in everything to take time.
Yeah.
But the question was, what a big decision. But I think that taking time is necessary for all decision. We don't have a small decision to make. Okay,
decision to
this is my personal point of view. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
what you think that is a small decision for you may determine the success of all the
Yeah.
decisions that you are
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
make. Because he says something that bad memories.
Yeah.
Okay, when you make a decision right now and it doesn't succeed, whether you consider it small or big,
Yeah.
that may determine or affect the confidence that you may have in yourself and move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So every decision, I think, at every level is very important, whether you call it big or
Big
not.
or small.
Okay. Now, taking time may be relatively, higher or not,
Yeah.
but at least you have to take time to
Time.
know really what you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Taking time here doesn't mean that you may take 1 year, 2 years,
No,
or 4
no.
years, or okay.
Yeah.
But at least you have to really define, as I said, your goal, what you want.
Yeah.
If you talk about marriage, is that person your true partner?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you confuse the love that you have for the
For the
person,
person.
and
Yeah.
you don't really know if it's love or just infatuation or
Yeah.
something else. That you, even when you're close to the wedding time, you should take time again and
Yeah.
say, okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Someone told me before that when you are maybe taking counseling at church to get married, you are not yet married to the person. So don't think that you're married to the anything can happen
Exactly.
at that process, in that moment that you are like have the castle with the person. So you have to you don't have to like tell yourself that I'm about to marry, so I can't do things that I'm supposed to do because that's my last stop.
Okay.
Anything can happen. And the person gave me an example of a lady that was about to get married
Yeah.
in the church without knowing that the man he's going to get married to is married to another woman and have children.
Okay.
They have children together.
Okay.
So I think when they were sharing their card and someone saw the name and was like, I live with a woman in my house that has the same name.
Okay.
I have to go and check.
Yeah.
So the lady went to check and she realized at the end of the day that the same man is married to another lady and
Yeah.
they have children. You
Yeah.
see? So she has to like tell the lady now that the man you're about to get married to is already married to another person. You see how things were just some way. Because the lady was just ready to enter the marriage.
Yeah.
She was like, it's a top notch for her getting there and doing something great for her life. But
Yeah.
anything just so
Okay. Yeah.
that kind thing can come here,
Yeah.
can come there
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Yeah, somebody say you do not become William Shakespeare by reading only Shakespeare. You become Shakespeare by thinking like Shakespeare. The reason why I say that, I mentioned that I used to read a lot of books in order to gather sensitive information is because I'm a great analyst. When I gather information, sometimes I take time to combine these diverse kind of ideas, fact, opinion from people, and I used to make my own decision. And from this kind of reading, I take my own decision. And here comes the golden rule: emotional intelligence. Maturity, emotional maturity is the key here. So you need to pause, you need to reflect, you need to think properly before. She mentioned something earlier. When you want to venture into a relationship, it's very important to be calculative, to know about the moves, the attitude, the the way that person used to react, to think,
yeah.
is very important because you are entering into something for life. It's a lifetime. So you need to study the person carefully before venturing into. How does that person react when he's angry? You need to
check
to
all
study
those,
about his emotional aspect. It's very important. Also, the spiritual aspect is very important. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll ask this question to know what role does confidence play when it comes to taking a good decision? I'll go with Sarah.
Yeah, I mentioned it somewhere along the line, and I say that it's important to have your self-confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. When you take marriage again, as you say, if your spirit doesn't tell you to go there, don't venture, don't do it, because it's you alone with the person, and it's your, let's say, your happiness.
Yeah.
It's true that you pay attention to the happiness of the other person, fine, but it's before and after all, you being happy in that marriage and that. Okay, so you have to have that confidence in yourself before you venture in everything, and especially making a decision, as I say, whether big or small. Yes, if you don't feel it, take the necessary time to pray, because it's an aspect that is also important. In our world today, we don't most of the time invite people to pray now, but it's really important because the spirit will tell you. Okay, when I say spirit here, I'm not saying that you need necessarily to be a religious person now, but your own spirit that will tell you, I feel comfortable and I can go there. Okay, that can be a contract that will bring a lot of money in, but if you don't feel it, don't just think about the money and say, let me just go for money and be there, because some people, after all that, they regret, but they cannot turn back.
So it means when you are unsure about a decision, don't go for it.
Don't go for it.
Don't even try it.
I think
you shouldn't try it.
Maybe you can give it a try, but when you see that it doesn't work out, then you stop it. Yeah.
So first, your spirit, your spirit is telling you. You pray, and if you're a Christian, depending on what religion you are.
Here I'm not talking about any religion.
I'm talking about your own spirit first.
Yes.
And later on, if you are a Christian or a Muslim or never, you can just ask God, the face of God, or the what God thinks about it. Then you go for it.
Even your ancestors.
Okay.
I used to say that life is very spiritual. One of the major things I really appreciate with the president of the U.S., Donald Trump, is because after he was elected, he gathered a man of God to pray with him. Why? Because he wanted to make right decisions. Because when you are a leader of an organization, sometimes it's very difficult. The decision you are taking might be very, very difficult. You see that? So you don't need to follow emotion, but you need to pay attention of the well-being of people, people around you. So sometimes it's very important to be guided, because divine direction is very important. For instance, when you are the leader of a company or an organization, it's very important to take the right decision. The right decision for the success of the company. Yes, it's very important. So self-confidence is very. When you are sure about what you are doing. For instance, you are the leader of a family or an organization. For instance, sometimes the decision you are taking, you don't need to consult people, because you are very sure of the impact of the decision you are taking. Yeah, it's very important.
So this will take me to my last question to you. So that will be, how can taking a decision, having people in mind, improve your relationships with others? Talking about the president of a country, taking a decision, you have to have in mind the people you are leading before you take a decision. To keep a good relationship. In your country or in your environment. It can be in an office, at home, everywhere.
Okay, when you are working alone, you go far, but when you are working with people, you go. When you are working alone, you go fast. When you are working with people, you go far. Okay, it's very important because when you are surrounded with very good people, you receive inspiration, you receive new ideas. Sometimes the impact you are making today is the result of the ideas, the opinions, or the suggestions of people. It's very important to be aware of that because we make some mistakes and we don't need, sometimes because of pride, we don't need to consult people, to look for people because we are saying, okay, I know this, I'm in that position, this position. For instance, when you take a story from the Bible, it was Joseph who saved Egypt in the ancient times because of his capacity to manage the economy of that time. So it's very important to hear the suggestion of those who are around you because their opinions matter a lot. Because me, for instance, when I'm making a decision, I used to listen to people, ideas, suggestions. I have friends, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think? Because when you are networking, it's very easy for you to achieve greater success.
A great decision. Serafio?
Yes. I think that when you make a decision and you don't have any impact, then you have to review your decision, okay? And the impact I'm talking about is not the negative impact, okay? The positive one. And you cannot make that decision have the positive impact if you don't think about others. That's why somewhere along the line when I was trying to tell you what a good decision is, I said, whether you consider others or yourself, you have to make sure that you are satisfied. And your satisfaction can be when others are satisfied. It's not when you
are
alone, okay? Then you all the time have to think about, especially when you're a leader. And he says that when, Donald Trump or when you're a president, I'm not necessarily talking about the president of a republic, okay? But every any leader that you are or president that you are, you have to think of the members, the population, people surrounding you. They may be bad because you say that you need to be surrounded by good people. But they may be bad, but your character, your determination, your strong sense of leadership can change them, okay? It's where we talk of impact, okay? But it's really important to have the right persons around.
Okay. Thank you very much for your suggestions and everything. You have any last word to say before we close the chapter of today's episode?
Yeah, apart from thanking you for this opportunity to be with you all the time, I just want to let people know that in a way of wrapping up, it's really important to make a decision, but the right one. And you always have to think about others, how impactful your decision will be. I mean, the positive impact that you can have on people. But take the necessary time. Don't rush. Think about risks, but you cannot grasp all the risks that are there. At least try it, implement, and when you need helps, go for people that are experts.
Any last word?
Okay, my advice to my viewers and my followers, always try to make things simpler and easier for yourself. Very important to listen for people, listen to their advices. Don't just be radical, but be flexible in your decisions. When you're making a decision, always be eager, be ready to listen to other people's suggestions, their advices, because you don't know everything. There are people who know about you, they are very experienced about you. So seek divine direction and learn how to network with people. Learn to develop emotional intelligence, because you cannot work properly with people if you are not growing emotionally. You need to interact with people. Even if you are working in a company, you need to know how to interact with people. That's why I wrote a book, The Human Side of Professional Success, Why Emotional Intelligence Matters More Than Ever. It's very important when you are working with people to develop emotional intelligence, how to talk with people, how to interact with people, how to negotiate with people. And when you're doing that, you are making the right decision, and that will catapult you to your next level. Thank you.
So I'll end with this. By staying mindful, informed, and thoughtful, you can navigate life's challenges more effectively and confidently. Thank you very much to Mr. Rafiu for being here today.
You're welcome.
To Prince Mali, thank you very
welcome.
much.
You're
To you people that are watching at home, thank you very much. To my production team, a big shout out to my producer, Jerry Etona Matiogbe, to my director, Richard Korofanga, and Christian Obanikwa, to the people working in behind the scene for this program to be a big one. Stefan, thank you very much. Misha and Medisu, thank you very much. Prudence, Xavier, thank you very much, you guys, for the great job you are doing. See you next time.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.